Right. So this is the book of First Kings, chapter 14. Did you know I actually forgot this? I forgot that I already put it down like that, but put it down right here. And then here's Shiloh. Here is Bethel. And then here again, which is Bethel. Here you have Shiloh again. Here Bethel. Yeah, but anyway. Here you have Shechem, which is at the border of Manasseh and Ephraim. And Shiloh is within Ephraim and Bethel, which is at the border again of Ephraim and Benjamin. Anyway, totally forgot that. Sorry about that. So First Kings chapter 14 verse I'll start here again, 12. Arise thou therefore. So the prophet, he was telling her, so let me start at 10. Therefore behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam him that pisseth against the wall, and him that is shut up and left in Israel, and will take away the remnant of the house of Jeroboam, as a man taketh away dung, till it be all gone. Because that woman went to the prophet to ask what will happen to the sick boy that is Jeroboam's son. And Jeroboam told her, go ask the prophet what shall become of the child, what's going to happen with the child, because the child was sick. And then the prophet said, let me see, come in, thou wife of Jeroboam, for I am sent to thee with heavy tidings. Basically, I was told to tell you, because he wasn't sent as he needed to go. No, she came to him. So yeah, let me go further. So yeah, I don't need to read that. Verse 12. Arise thou therefore, get thee to thine house. This is what the prophet told the woman. And when thy feet enter into the city, the child shall die. Damn, right. Messed up. I'm not sick. Lord willing, I'm not sick, but yeah. My nose is clogged up. It's kind of weird. Verse 13. And all Israel shall mourn him for him, and bury him. For he only of Jeroboam shall come to the grave, with all due respect. The rest, they're going to die like a bunch of dogs. Dogs going to eat them. They eat their dead bodies. And also, birds going to eat their dead bodies. Where is that again? Oh, sorry, here it is. Dogs. The fowls of the air shall eat their dead bodies, and also the dogs of the city shall eat their dead bodies. That's how disrespectful it was. And if you check out the woman's Saul, who's Saul's wife? Second Samuel 21 and 10. And Rizpah, the daughter of Ai, took sackcloth and spread it for her upon the rock from the beginning. No, what am I doing? Wait, let me see. Yeah, that's it. So 1 Samuel chapter 21 verse 10, which is 21 verse 10. Verse 7, the king spared him, and then he hung. Let me see. Sorry. So they were put to death, all 7 of them together. He hung them. No, wait a minute. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. This is the chapter. Sorry. Yeah, verse 10. So okay. From the beginning of the harvest until water dropped upon them out of heaven, and suffer neither the birds of the air to rest on them by day, nor the beasts of the field by night. And it was told David would Rizpah the daughter of Ai, the concubine of Saul. So Rizpah was the concubine of Saul, but the daughter of Ai, had done. And David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan his son from the men of Jabesh Gilead, which had stolen them from the street of Bethshan, because they honored them, where the Philistines had hung them, when the Philistines had slain Saul in Gilboa. And he brought up from thence the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan his son, and gathered the bones of them that were hanged. And then he put them in the sepulchre with his father Kish and stuff like that. And after that, Yahweh was entreated for the land. Okay, so all the sins were canceled out because of the deaths of those men. Because the Heavenly Father brought famine upon the land, and everybody started to die, and no water, no food. They started to suffer, and King David asked, so why are we suffering, Lord? Why bring us down no rain? Then the Heavenly Father said, I'm punishing the land for the blood that they spilled. They swore unto the Gibeonites that they shouldn't touch them, and that was over 500 years ago, and you still touched them. You still murdered them. Well, you're going to pay for that. All of y'all going to pay for that. Because all of y'all knew not to do it. And under Saul, y'all still did it. It was not everybody's fault, but still, the people that did it for Saul, it was his idea. He had his soldiers kill them, yes. But they didn't pay because the blood was on Saul's hand, because he told them to do. And you do what the king tells you to do. So, yeah. But the point is that she didn't want the animals to eat up the dead bodies. Because that's a disrespect. That's a disrespect right there. And she didn't want that. And neither did Tobit. Tobit also did the same thing. He didn't suffer the dead bodies to just be up in the open of the Israelites. He went out there and saw them, took them, and buried them out of respect as a Jacob descendant, which is a good thing. And of course, he cleaned himself after he touched the dead bodies and stuff like that. So yeah. So it's not a big deal. You can just clean yourself. I just don't want to do it. And if I have to, then I have to. But if I don't have to, then I'll avoid it. Right. So 1 Kings chapter 14 verse, let me see, 13. And all Israel shall mourn for him and bury him, for he only of Jeroboam shall come to the grave. I have a precept on this one. Because in him there is found some good thing toward Yahweh, the power of Israel, in the house of Jeroboam. So in all the house of Jeroboam, his individual his bloodline, not the bloodline of his father, but his individual household of all his kids, his sons especially, the one that pissed against the wall. Only one good one was found. Because when you read this, you'd be like, hey, but why are... Wait, let me get the scriptures, okay? So it says right here. First, Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20. It says here, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. Yeah, I'm wiping my face because I just washed my face. And there's water in my beard. Just wash my face and my nose. So it says here, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. So when you read this, you might say, wait a minute, that's contradictory, because here it says, Isaiah 14 and 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. You'd be like, huh? Wait a minute, that's a contradiction with this one. And also then, therefore, a contradiction with this one. Because his whole household shall pay. But here it shows you that none of them were good anyway. None of them were good, only one. And that's the one that the Most High killed. But why did he kill him? Well, I have an answer for you here in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, but I'll get to that later, Lord willing. So, now going back to over here. Okay. Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Oh yeah, the reason why you see me say power when I read God, you might be like, why is he reading it like that? That's what it says. God. Hebrew 4:30, which is Alahayim, which is judges, which is actually angels. Right? But if you go to power, so here it says Allah Hayam, right? If you say power, then you go to Hebrew 4:10. Here is another power which goes into strength, if I'm correct. Yeah, here, strength. This one, which is Hebrew 5:381, which is this one. Power. But this power here is the same word in English, but not in the Hebrew. So Hebrew 4:10. Hebrew 4:10, which is Allah. Now in the English you would say El. That's why a lot of people say Yisrael, but it's actually Yashar Allah. So here, let me read it again here. So it says here, it says power. It is in the power of my hand to do you hurt, right? Here's the word God, which is Hebrew 40 and 30, sorry. Let me go back over here. Anyway, Hebrew 4 and 30, and also 4 and 10. This is Hebrew 4:10. It says here God. So the word power is God. It's also a false God, stuff like that. Like the Lord saith, thou shalt have no other gods before me. What does that indicate? It indicates it indicates that there are other gods, but they're nothing. You shouldn't be worshiping them. 1 Corinthians 8:5. For though there be that are called gods, see, they're called gods, they're not gods. But anyway, whatever. Whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many, and lords many. But there's only one power, Yahawashi. So that's that one. And yeah, that's it. So there be gods many, and there be lords many. So yeah. Esau is a god, but not the one that he wants to be. Not the capital G. That's what he thinks he is and wants to be. He is a God, or like a small god, like this one, power. He is a power. He is a mighty one, a mighty devil, but still he's mighty. Men of rank, status, mighty heroes, and stuff like that. Now, a man could be a man that calls himself a woman could be a hero. You're a hero for coming out like that. You got a lot of demons on you, and you got a big imagination if you think that you're a man. You're a woman, and vice versa. If you're a woman, if you think that you're a man, you got a big imagination. You got demons on you. You got demons on you. That's what you got. You got a vast imagination. That's what you got, imaginations. Anyway. Yeah, a demon is a god too. He's a power. That's the point. Okay, let me go back to over here. So, for I am thy, I am for, sorry. For I, Yahweh, thy God, your power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So you would still think like, hey, wait a minute, that's a contradiction to this. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. Ezekiel 18:20. Yeah, but this is talking about reincarnation. So every third and fourth generation, that's you. You come back in the flesh, and the Most High is going to whoop your ass right then and there. Or your sons themselves are evil too, and the Heavenly Father already knows the future, what they're going to do. So the Lord is going to kill them too. That's also a possibility. Just like 1 Kings chapter 14. I'm reading it to you right now, talking about none of the sons, the bloodline of the house of Jeroboam was good, but one of them was good. So he killed him too, but at least he gave him a burial. They didn't get fed to the beasts, because that's a disrespect. The family members going to be like, oh my goodness, they ate my father. Yeah, they don't want that. You wouldn't want that neither if you love your parents. You would want them to be buried, and even after their death, you wouldn't want them to be digged up and then, tossed up and stuff done with them. You would be angry. You still honor that vessel, and therefore, with all due respect, you bury them. And that's what the father did for him, allowed for him to, to happen to him. And I'll get to that later here. Deuteronomy 24:16. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. So they were wicked. But I'll still get to the part why the man was made sick by the Heavenly Father, the son of Jeroboam. The Heavenly Father made him sick. If you read the book of the book of Sirach 38, he can make you sick, and he can heal you. Whether it be, look, it doesn't necessarily mean that you sinned when he makes you sick and then you die. Job didn't do anything. The Most High just cursed him because he wanted to prove something to Satan. Like, you can't beat my man over there, Job. Nah, he ain't gonna fumble. What? Let me loose. Let me at him. Let me put him up right there. Yeah. Let me have him. And then the Most High said, okay, you can do whatever you want, but don't kill him. Okay, got it, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then he went off to do his thing. And the order is, don't kill him. I'll kill all his kids, though, Lord. Yeah, you can do that. So he killed all his kids. But he was not allowed to kill Job. That's an order. That's like me telling you to clean my house, but not my room. Don't go into my room. And you don't do it. That means you're a servant. So Satan just did what he was told. Okay, going on. So it says right here. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Esau. That happened to the ancient king of Babylon too, but this day and age is going to be Esau. This didn't happen yet to Esau. It's going to. 2 Chronicles 12:12. And when he humbled himself, the wrath of the Lord turned from him, that he would not destroy him altogether, especially together. That's not what it means, but especially altogether with the rest. But altogether means wholly, like he wouldn't destroy him fully. He was going toward that 100%, but he repented. So he humbled himself. Matthew 23:12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. The Most High is going to make you like a basement. You're going to be very low. And he that shall humble himself, you make yourself low, shall be exalted. The Heavenly Father is going to uplift you. It's like an It's like this. Let me see. Luke chapter 14, verse 10. It's like this. But when thou art bidden, when somebody asks you to come somewhere, to a party or something like that, go and sit down in the lowest room. Because, what this one explain. That when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. Because, I was going to explain too. Let me see. Okay, start at 8. Luke 14:8. When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, where all the rich and noble and all that don't go there, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee, and he that bade thee, and him, and the man that, is higher than you, come and say to thee, Give this man place. And thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. But when thou art bidden, go sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, that he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. Because they're going to be like, man, I thought he was like us, but he's one of the greats. Stuff like that. Whatever. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Same thing happened with Ephraim as a whole. Hosea 13:1. When Ephraim spake trembling, the fear of the Heavenly Father was in him. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hosea 13:1. When Ephraim spake trembling, he exalted himself in Israel. He became greater, because he feared the Lord. But when he offended in Baal, he started to worship Baal, he died. The Most High started to kill him. Kill his kids and stuff like that, because they ain't good neither. That's why, because it says that when you sin, the sins of you as an individual shall not come on your individual children. But if your individual children are also wicked, the Most High is going to kill them before they even could blossom and flower themselves into the wicked, deceitful rose that they are. So the wrath of Yahweh turned from him. So let me read it again. 2 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 12. And when he humbled himself, the wrath of the Heavenly Father turned from him, that he would not destroy him altogether. But he changed. That's the point. And also in Judah, things went well. So that's just an example of that he didn't make him die like a dog. Well, make him die horrible so that dogs would eat him and birds would eat him. The son of Jeroboam I'm talking about. 2 Chronicles 19:3. Nevertheless, these are good things found in thee. So the Most High found a few good things in him, right? This is again somebody else, but I'm giving an example. In that thou hast taken away the groves out of the land. The groves are your Christmas tree is a grove. The groves. Here, grove. A Christmas tree. A grove is actually where they go and they make idol. Well, how do you call that thing? Altars. Well, they make where they make altars for their idols and stuff like that. Here, India has a lot. Not just India, America. South America has it too, man. West Africa has them too. The Arabs have it too. They just call it Allah. It's basically, it's not a grove, but it's a idol worship and altar thing. The Mecca stone, that's an altar where they do worship. Not specifically sacrifice, but they do those things. But anyway, let me go on. Now it says right here, it shows right here, I should say. But yeah, it says right here, in that thou hast taken away the groves out of the land, He didn't take away the trees. He didn't take away. He took away this. He took these things from out of the forests. These altars from out of the forests. He took them away. These things, he took them away from out of the forests. Their altars and stuff like that. And has prepared thine heart to seek Yahweh. That's a good thing. Okay, here. Isaiah 50... 57 and 1. No, I'm not going to read this yet. I'm going to go here, which is the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. I can read everything. Verse 6. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial. So when your time comes to be judged, your children, your adulterous baby that you got, those are going to be witnesses against you to show, like, look, she can look at her adultery baby. That's the witness against her right there. She can't say like, hey, no, he's lying. Look at them. The children are a witness against you, against the wickedness that you did, which is breaking a man's heart by sleeping with another man and getting pregnant too. Damn. Verse 7. But though the righteous be prevented with death, yet shall he be in rest. So prevent means before. What does prevent mean? When you basically with the Bible, prevent means to go before. So what does it say? But though the righteous be having a lot of death in front of them, look at the apostles. The apostles, all 12 apostles, they got murdered, except John the Revelator. But he got sentenced to death on the island of Patmos. And you have the prophets. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killed the prophets. It's actually murder the prophets. Thou that murdered the prophets. Because death is always in front of them. Yeah, it's crazy. And the righteous, the wicked people, like loose from being a prophet or an apostle, the righteous in the midst of a lot of wicked people, when you're trying to come up in this world and you're trying to go up in the corporate world, if you're a good guy, hey, we shouldn't be making money off the people, their deaths, by selling these medicines that are wicked. You're dead. Why? Because you're good. You don't. No. We don't want that around here. This world is of Satan. That's what they say amongst each other. Fuck this guy. Kill him. Kill this ass. He's fucking with our money. Kill him. He's messing with our money. Kill him. And loose from the money, you're just irritating to them. Don't go rubbing elbows with these people, because they don't want you there. They don't want you in the world. They don't want you alive. Anyway, even among the wicked. But though the righteous be prevented with death, yet shall he be in rest. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time. That's what happened to him, that sick boy that died. I don't know how old he was, but he was a son of Jeroboam that fell sick. And the Most High did that on purpose. Why? Well, it's going to explain. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. So if you live unspotted, you don't have no spots on you, no spit on you, nothing, no blemish, no spots, no spit, and you live 25 years old, you have lived a full life. And then you die, yeah? But if you're 80 years old, 90 years old, still committing adultery, still being wicked, and then die, you're shit. You didn't live a full life. The other one did, but you might not see it that way. That's why I have Isaiah 57 here ready. Let me read it now. Isaiah 50. I'll get back to this. Isaiah 57 and 1. The righteous perisheth. Perish means to die violently. perish. A lot of them did die violently. Die. Especially in a violent or sudden way. Sickness. Suddenly he died. What happened? Well, some people died because of judgment. And some people die because of mercy from the Lord. You know? So it says right here, because he knows, like, you come here with me. And some people, they joy in life, and then he kills them. Die. No, I wanted to live, man. Yeah, come here, devil. The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart, to mind. And merciful men are taken away, the Most High kills them. None considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. Yeah. This son, that had mercy from the Heavenly Father. That's why they buried him. He was allowed to be buried. Oh, what did I just do? Sorry. Wow. He was allowed to be buried. Why? For he only of Jeroboam, the bloodline of Jeroboam's house, shall come to the grave. Why? Because in him there is found some good thing toward Yahweh, the power of Israel. He really loved the Heavenly Father. And the Father looked at his soul and be like, I don't want you in the midst of those people. I'm going to kill them all like the dogs that they are. You're going to have a beautiful barrier in the grave, at least with respect, in the house of Jeroboam. So now going back to over here. None considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. Isaiah 57:2. He shall enter into peace. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 also talks about this, which is very beautiful. I love that chapter concerning this topic. But loose from this topic, I still love that chapter. They shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness. He died in all his uprightness. He did good. Because he didn't die in his sins, he died in his uprightness, in his righteousness. But draw near hither, but come closer, ye sons of sorcerers, the seed of the adulterer. Your mama committed adultery with your father, and you're the seed of adultery. And you're the seed of a whore. You had a lot of dudes, want to make babies with a horse and stuff like that. Against whom do you sport yourselves? You trying to be bigger and make mockery of others? Against whom make ye a wide mouth, talking shit, and draw out the tongue, sticking out your tongue, also flapping, talking shit, basically. But in the physical form, you would say sticking out the tongue. Because I don't know if you know this, but this was known to be fighting words. Without these fighting words, man. Kids do that, you knock his ass on. But nowadays, them females turn this around and turn it into some kind of porno stuff, man. That's why until this day I can't stand it when them females stick out their tongue. I hate that shit unless it's for something else. But I mean, like, normally when you just watch videos, you just see a random dude or a guy take a picture sticking out his tongue. I want to fight, man. But fuck this guy, man. Because you had here. What do you got here? So disgusting, even YouTube block you. Anyway, you got them sticking out their goddamn tongue, man. That thing belong in your mouth. I don't want to see that shit. Keep it in your mouth, man. Anyway, it used to be black. They made it blue. And here they make it white, pale. Because they changed. Esau raped them into actually accepting leprosy. But yeah, he did that to all nations anyway. But yeah, it used to be a very dark-skinned East Indian. Because, and now they made it blue. Whatever, man. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's still a devil. Anyway. Are not ye children of transgression? Yeah, you broke the law. You're the walking manifestation of a broken law. You are a witness against your parents. Without talking, without pointing fingers, your existence is a witness. Look, Your Honor, I bring Exhibit A, B, C, D, all of them. Put them to death. And that woman too, and that man. Anyway, let's see the falsehood. Okay, so let me go back to over here. So, Wisdom of Solomon 4:9. But wisdom is the gray hair unto man, and an unspotted life, old age. That is old age. 25 years old, died in his uprightness. That's old age. It might look young, but yeah, if you understand to the spirit, then you'd be like, damn, he should have died earlier, that guy. Because Ezekiel 18 speaks about it too, concerning, well, let me get it for you. Ezekiel 18, right? This is why the Lord killed him. Well, one of the reasons, yeah, because he loved them more. Let me see something, sorry. Here, 26. When a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness, and committeth iniquity, and dieth in them, for his iniquity that he had done shall he die. So he died in his sin, but he was righteous all his life. All of a sudden, he started to look around. Psalms 73 shows you that in the good and all the good. And then Asaph was like, what am I doing all this good for? Look at the wicked people. They're more prosperous than me. And here I'm breaking my back trying to be good. Maybe I'll need to do, He didn't say that, but he was thinking it. If you read it, you will understand, like, yeah. Okay, here. Psalm 73. And... well, it's all here, but I'll just read here. Verse 12. Behold, these people here that do all, from verse 1 until 11. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain then, and washed my hands in innocency then. So that's vain. That's for nothing then. For nothing I am clean, and for nothing I wash my hand in innocency, because these people are not innocent, and yet they're prosperous, right? That's what he said. And a lot of people do think like that. I actually have seen and met people that, I met a guy one time, man, and I talked to him until this day, but he don't want to do it no more, because now he's on the Lord side, But it's crazy, man. He actually... this guy has a tattoo of... it's just a Jacob descendant, man. I'm telling you. This guy has a tattoo of 666 on him, man. And I asked him, like, yo, what the fuck? What are you doing, man? He's like, yeah, man, I wanted to... he said he wanted to sell his soul and stuff like that, get into the music business. That's what this motherfucker said, man. And this was in the 90s or something like that. Early 2000s. I know this guy since we were young. In the 90s and stuff like that, man. So, and then he found out that, they didn't want him like that. Because, I don't know if you know, but these people out there, they pick and choose who is allowed to come and get famous and rich and stuff like that, yeah? They pick and choose. And he was basically spit out, man. Even though he was ready to sell his soul. I am not kidding you, man. You have people like this on the planet Earth. And yeah, man. But yeah, he wanted what they have, man. And then of course he got older, and now he's thanking the Heavenly Father that they didn't want him. That's like a bimbo that is not beautiful enough to be chosen, so they kick her out. Like, get out of here, bitch, you ugly. And then she leaves all somber, head down. But when she get older, she start thinking like, man, if I would have been in that world, I would have been on drugs, would have been trafficked, would have been, my kids would have been turned to Jeffrey Epstein's island and stuff like that, because all these type of things would happen to you, Then she might realize, like, you know what, I think I dodged the bullet over there. See? It was good for you. But at that time, your head was very low, and you took it heavy. And that's exactly what happened to him. But now, a lot of times, I haven't seen him in years, actually. But when I saw him often, we talked about Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yeah, that was crazy. So, anyway, so let me see. Okay. Okay, the verse 14. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. But the Most High has chastening unto correction. Look, the Most High has judgment unto correction and judgment unto... Let me see it. Chastening unto correction and chastening unto judgment. Chastening unto judgment is what you deserve for your sin, for your crime. But chastening unto correction is he don't want you to do wicked stuff, so he... Okay, wake up. Don't do it again, you know? Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Heavenly Father loveth, he correcteth. So you get a whooping. Stop, please. It's kind of funny. Chastening. Rebuke misfortune, to restrain. Here to chat. Well, cast this out here. It's whipping. It's basically whipping somebody severely. Chasten. Well, you can call it whipping. So it's basically you get, you know, you could say it's you punish it. Punish. You could say punish. You know, you could say punish. It's actually with a whip, but anyway. Neither be wary of his correction. For whom the Heavenly Father loveth, he corrected. Even, I wanted to say chasten. Even as a father, the son in whom he delighted. Right, because if you don't like your kid, you're going to be like, let me eat shit. I don't care about that little motherfucker. But if you like him, the first thing that you will do when you see him going for the feces and he want to put it in his mouth, bah! No. Yeah, you don't want it. Because now he know not to do it again, because he's going to be like, I think they're going to hit me. Because he think, you know, he can't talk yet, but he knows not to do it. And when you give him that look, you don't even have to make a sound. They know, like, okay, don't do it again. You know, at least do it when he ain't looking, you know. But he's not going to do it again. Especially if, you know, especially if he knows that the father is going to chin check him. He's not going to do it again. That's what the Father does with the ones that he loves. So going back over here. Psalm 73 and 15. Sorry, 73 and 15. If I say I will speak thus. So if he says, if I'm going to start talking these things, I should offend against the generation of thy children. But if I'm going to teach the children this, like, hey, you know what? All that being good is vain, man. All that being innocent, look at the ungodly. Those are the ones that increase in this world. Those are the ones who are prosperous in this world. Start doing that. Then I would offend against the generation of thy children. Verse 16. When I had thought to know this, it was painful for me. When he found out, he was like, damn, I don't know what to do. Right? Until I went into the sanctuary of the Heavenly Father, then understood I their end. Surely the Heavenly Father did set them on slippery places. Wow. Breaking neck. Fall breaking neck. Thou castest them down into destruction. See? Now, he says also, so foolish was I, and ignorant of the facts. I was as a beast before thee. Yeah, he was a beast, because you don't know. But now you know. So now you're not like a beast anymore. You understand the ways of the Heavenly Father. At least he makes you understand, you know, and stuff like that. And you understand too, you know, you start figuring stuff out. You be like, man, do the Most High work like that? Wow, I didn't know that. And then the Most High start working with you more and more and more. So you learn more and understand more, you know, Lord willing, of course. For his iniquity that he had done shall he die. So, the son of Jeroboam, he died in righteousness. I have more precepts. Let me go on. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 10. He pleased the Heavenly Father Wait, let me read 9 again. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. He pleased the Heavenly Father and was beloved of him, so that living amongst sinners, he was translated. So the Most High didn't want you living amongst, here. Translated means he's going to kill you, to transfer you back to the spiritual realm. That's what it means. It's going to say. It's going to explain. Okay? So that living among sinners, he was translated. Oh yeah, I think it translated into the... Here. Colossians 1:13. Who had delivered us from the power of darkness and had translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son. That's it. And then when you look up the word translated, I forgot it was written there. Oh, Hebrew translated. This one is a different one than the other one. Here, this one. Translated. Greek 31:79. 79 here. Transfer. Remove from one. This is it. Remove from one place to another. In this case, removed from the life of the world of the place of the living unto the place of the dead. Okay, here is a Greek 33:4-6 now. No, not really this one. No, not really this one. It is transfer, but the rest of it is not. Let me see. Yeah, this is kind of it, but the other one is better. This translated with Greek 31:79, and this is Greek. Sorry, this is Hebrew. This is Greek 33:4-6, and this is Greek 31:79. This one is it, the 79. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let me see. Sorry. This one and okay, whatever. Right. So yeah. Okay. Cool. So the Most High translated him into the spiritual realm. Verse 11, because it's going to explain what the translated means. Verse 11. Yea, speedily he was taken away. That's what the Most High did with him, with the good guy. He killed him young, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Because if he was living among his brethren, he most likely, I don't know, because it never happened, but I'm just giving you situations that what could have happened. He could turn evil, and then he would die in his sin. Meanwhile, he was righteous all the other while. But he was in the midst of evil people, so you're going to learn evil. Just like in the book of Psalm 73. He was saying like Asaph was, and he's a prophet. He's a man of the Lord. But he didn't understand. But the Most High gave him the understanding later on. Because look, why do you think that all these rap kids and stuff like that, why do you think that a lot of them sell their souls? Not just rappers, right? You have a lot of actors of our people, singers, dancers, actors, singers, athletes. All of them join Masonic clubs. Look at our people. One of our people from another country, West Africa, in Nigeria. What did he do? As soon as he got that $90 million, two of his people, not one, two of his best people that he loved the most, his trainers and stuff like that, people that got him where he is right now with the training and stuff like that. Two of them he had to sacrifice their ass. That is what I call an indirect sacrifice. You have direct sacrifices like, no, I'm gonna name your name, put your name up on that death row list. And then you have indirect. You're in another country, getting that 20 million deal. All of a sudden your mother dies somewhere else in the world that you physically did not touch. That's an indirect sacrifice. Because you took their money, you signed that contract. Look at Gilly the Kid. He signed a contract, 100 million or something. What's it, 100 million? Yeah, here, 100 million. As soon as he got this contract, his child dies. Gilly the Kid breaks down in tears after signing $100 million. He didn't even cry. This was, I wanted to say he didn't even cry for his kid, but I don't know what he did behind the scene. He cried in public for money when he got that deal, but he didn't cry in public for the death of his child. Not that I've seen, and I don't look at them anyway. So he might have done it. So sorry if I didn't look up your video to see you tearing for your son. But this one is more prominent. This one really got pushed forward so that I saw it. But the other one of your son, of your son, it didn't really get pushed forward, so I didn't see it. I didn't look for it either because I'm not into you. I just saw you and know about you. And yeah. So, but my point is that after he signed this deal, his son died. But that was an indirect sacrifice because his son had there was a few things going on around in his life. It's not that he told somebody kill my son, but as soon as you take that deal, the Most High is going, Satan actually, he's going to allow Satan to do you in, to do stuff to you. That's how it goes, man. Don't take money from a CAUCUS. That's like taking help from a devil. Like if Satan, Satan doesn't look like this. Here, he doesn't look like this. But I'm going to give you an example, okay? Let's say a person like this come to you. You should already know the answer, but I'm just giving you an example. Let's say a person like this come to you, like with the head of a goat, with some titties, because normally he got titties. In the normally he got titties. But anyway, let's say a person like this come to you and says like, yeah, I'll give you 3 wishes. I wouldn't even say I wish you would disappear because you took one of those wishes. Now you gotta pay. There's a movie called Wishmaster. This thing is funny as hell. Actually, I didn't spell it good. I haven't. Wow, this guy. Great actor, funny as hell. I haven't seen all the movies. I was going to get to it, but I'm not a hard-hearted guy. I don't watch movies like this. So if I tell you a monster movie, no, horror movie, not monster. Monsters, I'll watch that. I have no problem with it. But I don't like devil shit. Like if I watch a movie and they play with the songs, dang, hey man, I want to fight, man. Why would I pay you to startle me? Why would I do that to myself? This is the dumbest. Man, you. I don't know. You probably like to get tied up and fucked by a girl or something like that. But I don't do that shit, man. Don't startle me. I ain't paying you to get startled. But anyway, this is funny. I saw a few. I didn't see them all. Wishmaster. They got 6 or something like that. I don't even know. I think he got 6 movies or something like that, man. 4? I see 3. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 6? I don't know. Oh, 4. Okay. Didn't know that. Oh, it's Jason had 7. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I was thinking I remember something that I liked was actually. I also don't like. I don't hate Jason because it's not. Hold on. I don't know how to say it. It's kind of funny because he kills people funny. When they have adulterous sex or just wild sex, left and right, he kills them. The thing is funny. Freddy Krueger is funny too. But when I was younger, I never watched those things. I don't watch horror movies, man. I'm not into that shit. Alien, never watched it. It was a girl that set me up on it. I saw one Alien movie I saw by accident. I didn't know it was an Alien movie. I never knew. It's called Prometheus. And me being, scriptural and stuff like that, I saw scriptural things being put in the movie. But of course they put pills. They had to put bullshit. But I decipher it because They put all these little key things in movies, right? So I love watching movies and then deciphering it. I think it's dope. I feel like not feel like, but it's like Da Vinci's Code or something. You're cracking codes from these devils. They got codes in their movies, and I watch them because it's just dope. I'll break their codes, Lord willing, of course, and then I watch it. But I watch this movie, and I like alien movies and stuff like that. I don't like horror shit. I like other planets and stuff like that, stuff like that. So I watched this movie. I didn't know it was an alien movie, and I really liked it. I was like that, and then I saw, of course, later on or something like that, I saw something, and I was like, huh? That looked like the alien monster thing. This one. No, something, man. Something. Where is it? The Hugger. This one. But it doesn't look like that in the other movies. Anyway, man. I watched this movie by accident. I didn't know it was an alien movie. And then for 10 years or something, I didn't watch no other alien movie. Then a girl told me a few days ago to watch that movie. And I was like, I like the Prometheus anyway. And the reason this is hella spiritual, that's why I watched it. Because I always wanted to see Prometheus 2. And they never made that movie. And then, wait, let me show you something. And then they made Prometheus. So I saw this one in 2012. I saw it. I liked it. Always wanted to have a new movie of this because I found it interesting. It's an interesting movie. They poke a little bit the biblical type of things up in it. Well, I grab it out from the Bible, but they're liars. They say that alien made them, and I just look at it like these goddamn devils don't want to admit that the Lord, they have all these lies, and that's why that's what I like deciphering, because I study them devils because they're liars by nature, and they put it in their movie to brainwash millions, billions even, but a B, not just the M. Okay, so then I wanted to watch another movie, but it never came. And then 2025, this year, I heard, because the girl was talking about it, like, so she was naming, you know how females are, they love horror shit. So I told her, like, you got spirits on you, right? Why you want to be? And it's exciting. It's exciting. What? Man, I ain't down with that shit. Anyway, she said she saw all the alien movies. And then I threw Prometheus at her. She said, I didn't see that. This girl has all these, she just looking at movies, that's crazy. But she never saw Prometheus, so she didn't know it was an alien movie. I didn't know until I saw the end. So I was like, oh, I just watched the alien movie, never knew that. But the other one saw horror. This one kind of isn't. I don't know, it's more action, I think. Something like that. Anyway. So she told me, like, this is the next episode of it, something like that. And then I went to go watch it, and it was true. It was actually a continuation from that movie. So I was like, damn, I didn't know that. So finally, I actually did see part 2. After, what? 10 years? Since 2012 or something. Since 2012 to now. That's 20 years later. More than 20 years, so yeah, man, that shows you, yeah, so anyway, so, fuck it. Did you know that, fuck it, anyway, I forgot what I was mumbling about, but anyway, let me go on. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and, kept on talking shit. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 11. Yea, speedily was taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. And that's what's mentioned in Psalm 73. And where else again? 73 and oh yeah, here, 1 Kings. That's what happened to him. But it goes on. So going on. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 verse 11. Yeah, I'm not into horror shit, but yeah, you shouldn't take. Well, I got it. I think. Anyway, Wishmaster. Wishmaster shows you that you shouldn't be. Oh yeah, if a devil come to you, right? God damn, word. If a devil come to you, right, and he tell you to have, here wishes, stuff like that, you shouldn't. Why would you do that to yourself, man? You should know better. Like, no. Any form of help that you get from him, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So don't take that money from these devils. Don't take that money, man. Don't take that money. And the pros and cons of Esau. Oh, it's fun. Oh, you think? His 8K television. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, put your kids there. See what happens to their eyes. Permanently. Yeah, the LED TV, but the 8K. Too much screen time affects your kids' eyes because their eyes are developing. Here. Doctor, whatever. You don't need a doctor, but yeah, these devils, sometimes they tell the truth. And when you look at your telephone screen, right? You look at it and then you look up. Like when you look at your surroundings, don't you see woozy, like blurry? Yeah. I'm not on that phone, man. I'm like, what the fuck? I look at my phone and then I look up. You look down on your phone, and then you look up to look at people again. I see blurry, man. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, get this thing away from me, man. I'm not staring at that phone a long time. It messes you up. Like, what? I have a cousin that came from Guyana. He came over here, and he was here for a year, but he was here for school, and his eyes got fucked up because he's using the phone the whole year. And yeah, man, I'm not on my phone. They're lying to you. They're fucking lying to you, man. Because I have other articles that shows you that they did do studies. They're lying to you. That's what is. Well, me using that AI mode anyway, that's stupid in itself. I should have used something at Yandex. Yeah, whatever. They're lying to you once more. See? But there's many of these things. You can check it out for yourself. But anyway, okay. So it says here. Wait, let me finish this off. Sorry, man, I'm going into different things. Sorry. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 11. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his mind, his soul. Because, like I said, if you are around wicked people and you're always doing good, you might get the idea, like, you know what? Maybe I should join the dark side and stuff. Maybe I'm more prosperous there. Anyway. Verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness. Yeah, because naughtiness is bewitching, man. Why do you think Esau keeps on continually pushing the trends? These mixed up people. Like, he think he a girl. And she thinks she a boy. Why do you think they keep pushing this? Because it's going to bewitch you. It's witchcraft. You're going to think it's normal. Especially the kids growing up. They're going to think it's normal. That's bewitched. That's putting a spell on you, boy. Evilness around you is a spell. It's going to lure you in. When you see these child sacrificers having a prosperous life, you think it's these people kill babies. How are they billionaires? That's why they're billionaires. Because Luke 4 and also Matthew 4, it explains to you when you worship Satan, you're going to get the riches of this world. That's why you should never take that 90 million You know? Let me read this and then I make another chapter video. Luke 4, verse 5. And the devil, this is the actual spiritual demon angel Satan, taking him up, the evil angel Satan, taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. Basically a hologram. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me. The Heavenly Father gave him that. And to whomever I will, I give it. You might ask yourself, like, why would the Lord do that? Well, why are people doing wicked stuff? You need Satan to punish them. So the Heavenly Father be like, okay, Satan, go there. And then I will look at the people if they choose me over you. And a lot of people choose him because they see the beauty, the pros and cons of Esau. You see the beauty, the beautiful television. Keep on staring. See what happens to you. Your telephone. I don't need no goddamn devil telling me that. There's no sign to fuck. Goddamn devil. All I need to do is look at my telephone and then look at people, their faces, and I see blurry. I'm like, yeah, that shit ain't good for you, boy. If you stare in that thing all. Can you imagine going to school as a young child? Your eyes are developing and you have to use your screen the whole time like that. Man, it's not going to be looking good for you. You might not feel it right now, but, you know, anyway. Don't take his money. That's the point. If they're, and he's here to punish you, to see which side you choose. If you choose him, the book of Proverbs 34 and 20, if I'm correct. No, Psalms 34, sorry. Psalms 34 and 21. Evil shall slay the wicked. Right, that's, you join evil, that same evil is going to destroy you. But you don't know it yet. You're going to find out once that time comes. If thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine. Luke 4 and 7. And Yahawashi answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan. For it is written, thou shalt worship Yahweh thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. But the point is, he is going to give it to you. If you worship him. You do Jeffrey Epstein type of stuff. You know. And other things. You know, serial killer type of things. Right? If you do that, then you're going to get it. But anyway. So Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest. What is obscure? Obscure means to darken. Not discover. Yeah, that's not here. It means to conceal. It means to darken. Here, dark. Obscures. It means to darken, to cover. So what does it do? The bewitching of, so the spell that it puts on you of the naughtiness doth cover things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. Concupiscence is strong sexual lusts that you cannot control, but it's also the desire of things that you cannot control. So here, strong sexual desires, lust, but it also goes into lust for another man's work. You see, he has a house, you want to murder him for his money or car. You want to take his car apart and sell it in car parts and stuff like that. That's a form of concupiscence, which is strong lust, but it's also, you can apply it to lust for sex and stuff like that, but it's actually more greed. You have a covetousness for somebody else's stuff, or you have a greed for somebody else's stuff, or you have extreme lust for another man's wife. you know, that you can't control. Okay, anyway. And the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. If you're simple, you're not going to control the strong either sexual desires that you have for another man's wife, or just filthy stuff, orgies and stuff like that. If you have a simple mind, you know, you're not going to control that. Anyway, let me make another video and not talk too much about other stuff.